39 days, 8 people, 1 Derivor. Come on in, guys. All right, are you ready for today's immunity challenge? Yeah. All right, immunity is back up for grabs. So for today's challenge, you're going to solve a series of calculus problems, and it's going to give you a code. That code will lead to a locker where you'll find a clue to help solve a multiple choice calculus problem. The answers for the multiple choice problem will give you a hint as to where the hidden immunity idol is, somewhere on Calculus Island. All right, any questions? You're going down. All right, let's get started. Survivors ready? For immunity. Go!
My problem happened to be a limit problem, and I decided to go about this with the L'Hopital method. So first I started to plug in 0 every time I saw an x to see if I would either get 0 over 0 or infinity over 0. I used circle chart to find where sine of 0 is 0. And then once you plug everything in, it does happen to be 0 over 0, and so I go ahead with the L'Hopital's method. So the L'Hopital method is taking the derivative of both the top and the bottom of the fraction given. So I do d dx of 7x minus sine x, and then I also do d dx of x squared plus sine 3x. After that, I go ahead and start take the derivative of each side. So derivative of 7x is 7, and then negative sine it turns into negative cos sine x, and then derivative of x squared is 2x, and then derivative of sine 3x is 3 cos 3x. And now I go ahead and plug in for 0 every time I see an x, so then it becomes 7 minus cos 0, and then 2 times 0 plus 3 cos 3 times 0. Then I create another sine chart to see where cos of 0 is, and cos of 0 is 1. So then it becomes 7 minus 1 all over 3 times 1, which equals 6 over 3, which equals 2. And that was the answer I got for the locker combo.
When first seeing the problem, I realized it was a limit problem. I decided to plug in the -1 to see what I would get right off the bat. This resulted in 0 over 0, so I had to find another way. I decided to manipulate the top and factor out the cubic, getting x plus 1 times x squared minus x plus 1, all over x plus 1. I saw that the x plus 1s can now cancel out, being left with x squared minus x plus 1. I then decided to plug back in the -1, and it results in 1 plus 1 plus 1, giving me an answer of 3.
My first step is to find the derivative. So I multiplied 2 times 1/2 times 4x squared minus 4x minus 3 times the derivative of the inner function, which is 8x plus 4. Then I plugged in 1. So 1 times 4 times 1 squared plus 4 times 1 minus 3 times 8 times 1 plus 4 So 1 times 5 times 12 is 60. And that is the slope of the tension line.
Okay, so we have a separable differential equation. So we need to separate the x's and the y's. So first I divided by cos squared y, and that's going to be dy over there, and then because I divided by 2 over rad x, so then, and then I also multiply by dx. Really 1 over cos squared y is just secant squared y, and then I'm going to write that as, on the other side, as 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 instead of 1 over rad x. And then we need to integrate it. So I pulled out the 1/2, and now the integral of secant squared y is really just tan y. The 1/2 drops down, and then the integral of 1 over x, rad x, is just 2 rad x, and then it's plus c because we just integrated. Tan y, I'm just going to write that down, and the 1/2 and the 2 are going to cross out, and now it's just rad x plus c. And now I'm going to plug in the point they gave us, 4 pi over 4. So tan pi over 4 is equal to rad 4 plus c. And to find tan pi over 4, we need to make the special right triangle. It's a 45-degree angle. That's pi over 4. So it's going to be 1, 1, and rad 2 are the sides. And it's opposite over adjacent. So tan pi over 4 is going to be 1 because it's just 1 over 1. And going back to the original equation now, 1 equals 2 and plus c. And solving for c, we're going to subtract 2, which is negative 1, and then absolute value c is just 1.
Okay, we're given a chart of values, f prime of c, and a list of intervals as answer choices, so this looks like a mean value theorem problem. We know this theorem states that f prime of c equals f at b minus f at a over b minus a. It was given that f prime at c equals 1/2, so we just need to find the proper values for b and a that satisfy this equation. Let's test our first interval choice. F at 4 is 0, and f at 0 is 8. Plugging in 4 for b and 0 for a, our equation fails, so let's try the next choice. F at 8 is 2, and f at 4 is 0. This interval works. 4, 8 must be part of the code.
Okay, classic integral problem. Right away, I know that I have to do u sub. So I'm going to set u equals x minus e equals u, and then I take the derivative of that, and you get du equals dx. So that's good. We don't have to multiply by anything on the outside or inside. And then we get du u over u just by replacing what we originally had. And now we have to change the bounds. Like, that would be a huge mistake if we did not change the bounds. Like, I would get kicked off Deriver if I did that. So I'm just plugging in the upper bound for x, and then the lower bound for x, then we get the new bounds of 1 to e. And now the derivative of du u over u is just natural log absolute value of u. Do not forget that absolute value. And now we're just evaluating natural log absolute value of e minus, natural log absolute value of 1. And we know that the natural log absolute value of e, that's just going to be 1, and natural log of absolute value of 1 is just 0. And these are identities that I had to have known. If I didn't know that, that could have went really poorly.
I got 02.
I got 64, 8.
Okay, that must be our combo. Let's go.
Wait, wrong way!
I don't know. It's a disc. Guys, honestly, I feel like I'm the best mathematically at discs. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Go.
I got 03.
Okay, I got 01.
I got 0, 1 also for my number.
So that must be the combo.
All right, let's go.
I'm going as fast as I can.
Okay. Washer.
Okay, it's a washer.
Oh, it's
so
a washer problem.
All right, let's go.
Oh, let's go.
You
All
got
right, I'll
that.
do it.
All right, we're.
All right, Danielle, it's first to the board. Let's go. Oh, here comes Ellis. Not too far behind, come on. Alright, first to finish is Ellis.
Alright, so I got B for my answer. So
Alright, so you think
that
it's
means
grass?
grass. So I
Okay.
guess we're not working
Field.
on the baseball field.
Baseball field? Okay,
yeah.
we got it. Okay, take 5. Sand? Where's sand? It must be back on the beach. Yeah, let's go, let's go. There's nothing out here.
I think we should keep looking.
No, are you sure you did the puzzle right?
No?
Field.
Okay, guys, grass meant this place.
But how do we know he got the right answer for grass?
No, where's the other team? We know that they did it right.
Mother fudging person! There's nothing out here!
What do you want from me?
You did it wrong.
We're going to lose!
$1
You just made the
Talking.
biggest mistake of your lousy.
We gotta
The
keep
idol.
looking.
You should start
Look
digging.
at the idol.
That's a hard one.
So for this problem, let's first do the displacement. For this one, I'm going to split it up into its 2 separate halves of the piecewise. Okay, so over here, this is going to give you a 5t, and then plugging that in at 1/2 and 0. And over here, this is going to give you 2t minus 2t squared, plugged in at 1/2 and 1. And this will equal, over here you're going to get 5/2 minus 0. And over here, you're going to get 0 minus a half, which equals 2. So this is, displacement equals 2. Now, for distance, I'm going to do that below. 5 is already positive, so we don't have to worry about it. However, for 2 minus 4t, that's actually always negative from 1/2 to 1. If I graph it, looks like it looks like this, and right here is 1/2. So it's actually negative past that. So all I have to do is subtract that. And actually, we already did that integral. It's this part, which is just here. Let me write out the integral first. 1/2 to 1 of 2 minus 4t dt. And now this we saw was 5 over 2. And this would be plus a half. And this, let's see, so yeah, and this equals 3. So the distance traveled is 3.
Have the answer. Oh, it's just 3. Okay. All right, you got the coordinates. Let's start digging.
We found it.
All right, Team Mobicells wins. No tribal council tonight. Head back to camp. Enjoy the night off. High 5.
Good.
Find something?
We are in the wrong place.
Enough. This is going to go down as the worst immunity loss in Derivor history. Tribal council tonight, one of you will be voted off. You have the afternoon to figure it out. I'll see you at tribal tonight.
So today we're out in the field for 3 hours, I think, and I mean that totally just gave the other team the win for sure. Ellis completely sold. I mean, I guess he must have made it a disc instead of a washer, something stupid like that.
I knew this was gonna happen. He has been messing things up since day one. Day one, I wanted to vote him out, and they all told me no. They all said he would be some type of asset, which he isn't. He's terrible. And my vote's casted towards him tonight, and I will get everyone else on my side as well. He needs to go.
Everybody's saying I messed up, but like I'm gonna be honest, I don't really think I did. I still think it's Amanda's fault. She's been beefing with me since day one. I mean, I don't really think I think it's everybody else's fault. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what they're talking about.
Ellis better have the idol or else he's going home. Great, I trusted all my teammates. Danielle did great on the washer and disc problem. We did integrate.
All right, guys. Let's start with, where did it all go wrong?
Ellis being born.
It was me.
Gotta be with the washer problem.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, I think Amanda should have done the problem. I don't really know what I was doing.
I did the other problems, and you
Should have done the next one too. I don't
said
know.
you can
I don't
do
know what you
the
want from
problem.
me.
Sometimes
Ellis,
it,
I don't
and you
see-
were
I don't see the
terrible.
Do it.
future of this team if we vote out Ellis. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
Amanda.
What is he bringing to the table?
He-
Do you want us to vote you out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's vote
Is that what
Connor
you're
out.
All right,
suggesting?
fine. All right, let's get Ellis.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, first, why don't we see what went wrong? Like, where did you make a mistake?
I think what you're supposed to do is we're supposed to rotate it around x equals 9, and I rotated it around x equals 8. So basically, I mess up the whole time.
So for this problem, we're rotating around a vertical axis, so we should probably have this in terms of x. So now we have x equals y cubed. Let's graph this. Giving myself a bit more space that way. That is at x equals 8. And rotating around x equals 9. I oversaw one of the groups accidentally rotate over about x equals 8, so make sure you get this step right. And now this is x equals y cubed. This point right here, that is at 2, because 2 cubed equals 8. Since we're rotating about this, you're going to have the same thing over this way. We're going to have the same thing over this way. So this is a washer problem. You're going to need little and big R. So in this case, big R equals 9 minus this distance, which is y cubed. So it's 9 minus y cubed. And little r just equals 1, since it's 9 minus 8. So, that means that the volume will equal pi times the integral from 0 to 2 of big R squared minus little r squared. And with respect to y, so now simplifying this inner part, you're going to get, that's going to give you y to the 6th minus 18y cubed plus 80, which now this is going to equal, just applying the rules of integration, that's going to give you y to the 7th over 7 minus 9y to the 4th over 2, because it's 18 over 4, 9 over 2, and then plus 80y from 0 to 2. Now, so yeah, we have the pi out front as usual, and you're going to get 2 to the 7th over 7 minus 9 times 2 to the 4th over 2 plus 80 times 2. So yeah, 128 over 7 minus 72 plus 160 times pi, and this is going to equal 744 pi over 7.
You're so stupid! Alright, I think we're gonna stand still here.
We all kind of delivered on our problems, and just someone made a mistake. I mean, that's just the reality. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to study here.
Alright, well, it's time to vote then. Connor, you're up first.
Sorry.
He's got to go.
I haven't liked her since day one.
Someone has to go.
I'll go tally the votes. Okay, I'll read the votes. First vote, Ellis. Ellis. That's 2 votes, Ellis. Amanda. That's 2 votes, Ellis. 1 vote, Amanda. First person voted out of Derivor, Calculus Island. Ellis. You need to bring your torch. The tribe has spoken. Head out. Grab your torches, head back to camp.
I mean, so I got voted off. I did kind of mess up the problem, I won't lie. I still think it's Amanda's fault though. F you, Amanda. But I mean, I guess this is the end of my Calcaloose Island. So I guess this is Ellis signing out.
This island has some very good infrastructure.